Hello, welcome to the next video on the next section of the introduction. And it gets quite a lot more detailed here, so I'm going to slow it down even more to about 60%. And you'll notice a recurring chord progression here as well. So let's just have a listen. And then I'm going to stop it there just when it starts to get really mellow. So yeah, it's a very detailed section. Stops at, so we've gone from 1:18 to 2 minutes and 1 second, or 2 minutes really. And yeah, this is the section I want to look at, and we're gonna be going over this with a fine-tooth comb, so it'll be a bit longer than the previous video. So let's just have a look at what we were listening to in the first place. So I'm going to take it bit by bit. So we start with that. At the same time we do a spread G minor chord. I say spread. Instead of all the notes of a G minor chord being like this, we spread them out like that. And then when we get to that, when we get to that D, we play a, which you'll notice is just a D minor chord. It's got all the notes of D minor. Move that A down to there. You can see a D minor chord spread out. And again, this is just a spread out E major chord. So looking at these chords, quite a tasty chord progression. G minor, D minor, E major with a minor seventh on top to make it a dominant seventh chord. Let's have a listen to that section just to show you. Oh yeah, made a little mistake there. So he plays that G sharp and then the left hand goes, because he's still keeping that sort of idea of alternating between the left and the right, still there in the developing thematically. Again, these are approximations. I can't get it exactly note perfect, but this is how it's, yeah, the general gist of it. Let's look at what's next. So we've got that same chord progression, some development in the melody above, and the voicing of it. So yeah, notice how he just adds a C at the end of that pattern, just to give it a bit of colour. And then in between these, we get these two notes in the right hand, that kind of staggered approach. No, sorry, it's up here. So notice how it's not spread out this time. And here he's just used 2 of the notes. Because we've got the other 2 in the. That F there is effectively a minor 9th, giving that kind of tasty zingy chord. So, okay, and then let's look what's next. So then we get that kind of surprise chord. That's the closest I could get to that bit there. So notice this is just a B flat major chord. At the same time as arriving at that D, we get an A, then it goes down to a G. Just listen to it. And that D is the start of a new melody. Listen to that properly. So breaking that down, that's all that's going on the right hand. These how many? 5 notes here. What's this in the left hand? It's just a F major chord in the first inversion. Again, spread out. This is something you're more likely to hear in classical music, to be honest. Those kind of rich. You'd hear like in cellos and violas in a kind of brooding part of the score. But again, you can use that. It does work well in nice modern jazz piano pieces as well, like this. So that's what we've got so far. What have we got next? And then we get into our twinkly bit at the top. So I'm gonna have to adjust the camera a bit for this. I may put this into another video, in fact, because it's getting quite long. Listen to that again. So yeah, after where we've been, yeah, it always catches me out. I always think there's more to it, but it's very simple, very effective. Just that. And then so what is this chord here exactly? The best way to describe this is G minor, add 11 or add 4 to the same. The C is the same thing, the 4th or 11th, slash C. It's kind of like those suspended chords you get, like, however, instead of it, there's some slightly different. We've got it's a G instead, and it's got its own C up in the top area. It has a nice feeling of suspense to it. So yeah, I'm going to finish it there and do another video for the high bit. Wrong button.